Rebecca Birch from the University of North Texas in Denton. What I want to talk to you about the word retroactive. Retroactive is an adjective, and the legal definition is having reference to the things that happened in the past prior to the occurrence of the action in question. According to the freedictionary.com. Now, it's a claim of policy. Should retroactive apply to all people who have committed a murder in their juvenile years, no matter how long ago the murder was committed, even if it was well before the 2012 ruling of banning the death penalty or banning life without the possibility of parole for juveniles? Once again, as I say, the Supreme Court says again, juveniles are different. Are juveniles different? Are they different, being though crimes were committed during the crimes committed before the 2005 Roper versus Simmons, which is the landmark case of the abolishment and banning of the death penalty and parole, life in prison without the possibility of parole. Now, if juveniles are different and their sentences should be retroactive, why the rule applied to the 2,100 people that committed such crimes decades ago? Now, of a 6-3 voted, the Supreme Court that sentences should be retroactive in 2012 ruling. Now, the Roper versus the Simmons, you have the Graham versus Alabama. Now, with the ex post facto laws, there are retroactive criminal laws that increase punishment for acts committed prior to their enactments. That's also according to the Free Dictionary. As far as the New York Times editorial board is concerned, the General Teague rule bans retroactivity because in the past it meant there was a procedural change of the law's bans for retroactivity. Now, with the Montgomery versus Louisiana was a case that was tried in 1963, and it was a lot of confusion and was relying on Mr. Montgomery, which was 17 at the time. He committed the murder of a police officer in 1963, where he has already spent almost a century behind bars without the possibility of parole. So with retroactive or retroactivity being the forefront of this conversation, should it apply to him as well as the other 600 people that are in the same shoes? Now, Graham versus Alabama, Mr. Graham, 17, when he committed crime or murder in 1972 and was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Does that retroactivity also apply to him? Now, according to the presiding judge and a 6-3 votes, anything that was committed or even before the 2012 ruling, Judge Anthony Perkins acquired that it didn't account for those who have committed a crime. But if you have already banned or the abolishment of the penalty or life without parole, life in penitentiary without the possibility of parole, I think retroactivity should also apply with that. Now, in my conclusion, retroactivity should apply to everyone, no matter the crime and when in time the crime occurred. And the Supreme Court says again, the juveniles are different. Miller versus Alabama, Roper Simmons, or Henry versus Louisiana, should retroactivity apply in all juvenile cases involving murder? For these are all of our children. We will profit, buy, or pay for whatever they become, James Baldwin, or pay for whatever it's become. Should the retroactivity banning the abolishment of juveniles without the life being parole, should it be retroactive after the 2012 ruling, or should it apply before the 2012? That's just a question to ask yourself. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.